We have this story. This is about money now, and Biggie's blood is boiling over this thing. This has got him now.
The millionaire who's not?
Yeah, her name is Roni Beale. She's 72. She's from New Jersey and often goes to Atlantic City. She's 40 miles away from Atlantic City, and she was recently in Bally's Casino there. She loves the Wheel of Fortune slot machine game, which I've seen a million times.
They're great. I love them, too.
You do? What draws you to those in particular?
The fact that if you get a bonus, the wheel spins.
Oh, yeah.
It's like playing Wheel of Fortune. It is. It's true.
It's a shinier object.
It is. Well, you guys haven't been in a while. But see, this actually Wheel of Fortune game has been around now probably 20-some years.
Yes.
But it was one of the first ones that now, when you get a bonus on these things, they're all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of the first one that you actually got to see like additional, more of a bonus. So it lands, you're like, oh, yeah, the wheel's going to spin. How many extra bonus credits am I going to get?
Okay.
Well, this woman was playing, and she always played this one, and she had put a few $100s in it that night. February 25th, she's playing the Wheel of Fortune game, and it hit. I mean, suddenly lights started flashing.
Do you know in the current times if it you still have to pump quarters into it, or do we now? Oh, we have moved it into the plastic
It's your
age.
credit card, right?
It's just paper slips.
Okay.
That's you just slide in your
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you leave, it prints you out one. You go to the next one, you slide that in.
All right.
So that's how you keep up with your credits. And now you can still put cash in, of course.
Well, I don't know what she was doing, but whatever happened, she described it.
And it went off. It says, you're a winner, and gold coins popped out. This guy, very nice guy, says, oh my God, you hit. He said, lady, you are a millionaire.
And there it is.
Boom.
And that guy was just standing next to her. Well, the sum was because she also was playing like a bonus thing too, which made her winnings more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is. $1.27 million.
Woo. Nice.
Okay. She's 72. She's like, that's it.
Set.
Total game changer. So she pushed the home button, which I guess you're supposed to do to alert the people to come over.
Yeah, because it's not when you have those massive jackpots,
Yes.
they have to be verified. Somebody has to come over.
Well, when she hit the home button, a message came up that said tilt. A tilt message came up.
Tilt.
Do you know what tilt is, Biggie? That's something that
I haven't heard that since pinball.
That's pinball.
apparently the machine. It was
if you jostle it.
It was an error.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
tilt.
it's claiming that basically she did something to mess with the machine.
Correct. But she didn't. And she's like, show it on video. I didn't touch this machine. The guy standing next to her said she didn't do anything. Well, when the gentleman from Bally's came over, he said this to her.
That's when the sentences came up tilted. When the man came over to talk to me, he said, lady, get it in your head. You won nothing.
Get it through your thick skull. You win a thing. Well, that ticked her off, as you could imagine. Now this is the part that's interesting. She's got a lawsuit now. The guy who came over, the employee, said, why don't you spin it again and let's see, what happens. And she's like, I'm not spinning it again. I've got it on video here. It was still on the win, it was flashing. And so she chose not to spin it again. And then he opened the machine and started pushing buttons and stuff in there. And she said, what are you doing? Why are you messing with this? And so he messed with it. And that's where the lawyer said he should never have done with that. And when he messed with it, it ruined anybody's chance to come over and see exactly what had happened.
They fooled with the machine before anybody else had to take, had an opportunity to take a look at this. Okay.
That's her lawyer.
So did Ronnie have any pictures of the winning screen?
No, but they have video.
Overhead.
Everything's on video.
Yeah.
So they have it.
If you're I'm not trying to take Bally's side here, but if the machine is tilted, can you not spin it until someone resets it?
No, that's the thing.
So that's what he did was reset it?
Well, exactly. So I don't quite understand because normally a tilt machine means it won't play. It has to be fixed. So I don't know. The minute she hit I would have never touched even the home button, to be honest. I would have just let it because it'll notify someone.
That does automatically?
Yeah, it'll say, because the lights will go off and the machines are linked to notify somebody. I would never have touched the machine.
Why did she hit the home button?
I don't know.
Maybe she said it told her
to alert. I think it would have probably. She's thinking to alert somebody.
Okay.
Do you think she slammed it because and
she's all excited?
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe because then once the machine goes into what they call tilt mode, it's basically in an unplayable state until it's reset.
Well, she argued, and she stayed there for a while arguing.
I would have too.
And the casino boss said, "Why don't you come in tomorrow with your husband, and we'll iron this out, okay?"
Somebody that can understand what's going on.
Is she a widow?
No, she has.
Okay.
She and her husband went the next day, and they told her, "Get this through your skull. You didn't win a thing."
That's when the sentences came up tilted. When the man came over to talk to me, he said, "Lady, get it in your head. You won nothing."
Well, they repeated that the next day. You went, but then they said, "Look, for your trouble, we'll give you $350." That was what they said. And she's like, "No, I'm not taking that." So she's got an attorney, and the attorney says, "We need to see some evidence here that this was a tilted machine. We need to see the video." You heard he had that problem with the employee pressing those buttons.
You invite somebody to your business, they pay the money, they win, you're supposed to pay. That didn't happen.
He has a precedent, by the way. This happened once before in a different casino, same machine. Bally's, by the way, blamed it on the folks that provide the machine. Like Bally's, like, we're out of this. We go to them. Their machine said tilt, and the company is like ING, I believe. And so this has happened once before with one of their machines, and it took years, but they did pay out. They wound up paying
the
full jackpot. Yeah. So
because usually our attorney Lisa Lanier has sided with the big casino.
That's what I thought.
Against the
right.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of times
slot machine.
because the wording is basically, if we decide that we think something's improper here,
Yep.
we don't have to pay you out.
Correct. But in this particular case, the other case, it took them like 6 years to go through the courts, but eventually it was proven that they owed the woman the jackpot.
Be interesting to see what kind of evidence she really does have from the
God, that's the worst.
casino camera.
That's the worst.
It's very odd to me too that they won't provide any type of video footage.
Yeah.
That does.
Of course, now
seem
it's going
very,
to court, so maybe they're like, okay,
Do you
forget
think, a lot of times computers or your phones even, they track everything that you've, every operation out clearly at a casino like that. You're going to get a jillion spins a day. But do you think they have any record of
I would think
a winning spin?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I would think they
Like
do.
a
machine,
printout
yeah.
somewhere.
I think they do.
Deep in the bowels of it.
To me, it's just like, what does it mean? Are they accusing her of shaking machines somehow?
there'd be video of that.
What's the deal here?
Thanks. Basically, tilt just means something improper has happened to the machine. So therefore, it's now locked and in an unplayable state.
I feel like it's so unfair to these folks who think they've won over $1 million to tell them you've won nothing. And if something improper happened to the machine and she didn't touch it, it's like, well, what do you mean? It landed on jackpot. How's that improper? There it is.
Did I understand what she said? That it didn't say tilt until the guy walked over to the machine?
That's what she said.
Well,
right.
I thought it was she hit the home button.
She hit the home button,
and then
that's
it
what
said tilt.
Yeah.
And I'll see. Now, in defense of the guy who's coming over, all he sees is a machine that says tilt.
Right.
So he's thinking, yeah, bet you did win the jackpot.
Every drop of this is on video somewhere.
It is.
Without a
Pulled
doubt.
the keys off his
He's
off his belt.
pantomiming, pulling the keys off. That's right.
And she's like, I won, but he's reading it going, no, lady, machine says tilt.
Nobody wins here.
That's right. That's right. And so what does she say? How much faith does she have now?
Why would I ever go to the casino again in my life? Any casino, why? There's no hope.
She has no hope. You can hear it.
Sometimes hope is the only thing.
That's why
Now-
casinos get bad names.
Well, I was going to say, I am a little surprised with Bally's. I would have offered him half.
500 and some thousand, 600 and some thousand.
Because I feel like you are risking that you're going to come out looking really bad. Like you don't put, there's a lot of choices in Atlantic City. If I win, you don't pay.
I think she's going to get swept away though by the
casino.
waters of time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let me ask you this. Casinos. Bally's is a big name in the casino industry. If they paid her, if they said, all right, that's jackpot, we're going to pay you your $1.27 million, is that going to make much difference to them in the way the year-long, their finances? They make so much money. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
How many jackpots do they pay?
I don't know. I mean, that's
in
my
a year.
question. At the end of the year, are they going to make? Is it the difference between them making $1 billion or $999 million?
I don't know.
Is it that much to them?
And if the casino's got issues with these things, this Wheel of Fortune game, and they have to go back to the company that made it, I'd dump the games if it's an issue.
Very popular game. I've seen them.
Yeah, but no, it's popular also with the casino because they don't pay out. I guess it is popular.
I'll tell you what, if I were her, I would fight like a dog.
It's going to be tough.
I would
Yeah,
fight.
the other thing, too, is when you go to court on these things, I bet Lisa would tell you that these gaming commissions in these towns or these states, they're with the casinos. They're not with they're not with you.
You think because the casinos provide them so much
Sure.
tourism and
Oh,
people
yeah.
coming in, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're all by yourself out there.
I'm for this
Fighting
one.
it.
I'm for this one.
I'm for her too, but how many years? 6 years for that last one?
Last
How
one
old is she going to be? 80?
She'd be 78 by the time if it took 6 years.
Yeah, and lawyers are not cheap unless this person is working.
It's another thing.
And we only collect if you do.
I know.
Yeah.
It's another thing. Harold Scott, you wanted to comment on this. Go ahead.
Well, that's exactly my point. Is they should have at least offered her a couple $100,000 because, for one, these things can take for years. So she'd have probably have taken it. There'd have been no bad publicity on them, and they're going to spend a couple $100,000 fighting it in court anyway. So just give her, $200,000 or $300,000.
Well, they probably think they're going to out-lawyer her.
Yeah, Bally's probably has a team of attorneys on retainer.
Right, where she's going to have to spend and she'll give up.
And
she's
they might,
out of pocket.
they might
Right.
also see it as if we give her $250,000, that kind of admits that we were wrong.
Wrong.
And they don't want to do that.
Yeah, because once you give her anything, it admits you're wrong.
There was
right?
there was impropriety on the floor.
And as far as bad PR, casino doesn't care about that.
Apparently not.
People going to gamble.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that would.
The buses are still going to roll up to the
They'll
casinos.
come up there.
It seemed that way. Alan, you're talking about this slot machine that cheated, in my mind, cheated this woman out of $1.2 million.
Cheated.
Go ahead.
Well, I own 5 slot machines that have come out of casinos, and these things track every single keystroke you do inside the machine. On the case of the Wheel of Fortune, that goes back to the manufacturer. Any of these progressive jackpots that are that large are paid out by the manufacturer. You cannot buy a Wheel of Fortune machine. They're only leased to you. So that's really, I don't know why Bally's putting up the fight.
Well, Bally's Bally's did. They put it off on the manufacturer. You're right. It's not. It's really not. I'm probably misrepresented that. Bally's has said, take it up with them, and that's it. They're done. This is a tilt machine.
So you own 5 slot machines yourself?
Yes. I figured out it was a lot cheaper than going to the casino. But yes, they've all come out of casinos, and it's amazing. These things are almost bulletproof.
Yeah.
I've never had one tilt, and I've had these things for about 4 or 5 years now.
Are they in your basement, or do you have them out where people can play them?
I have them in my basement, but if you're feeling lucky, come on by.
Well,
all right.
Okay.
Biggie.
All right.
Yeah,
You're
can we
dressed with Biggie.
get a payout out there?
But don't you have to load up your own money?
Yeah.
How's that work?
He must just enjoy it. Maybe he just likes the
Where's the money coming from, Alan?
Yes, well, I keep some to play with, but you can also get a Tito installed, which is ticket in, ticket out. So you can install it to where you can just hit that service button and ring up $100. So
I see.
Have you ever tilted one of your
things
machines?
a lot easier.
Oh, sorry.
You said you never
What?
tilted one, right?
Never tilted one. And like I said, I've played these things. I've played them. I've knocked the back out of them with big jackpots. I've won $10,000, $15,000 jackpots, and you just turn the attendant key and pay yourself, and that's it.
Somebody comes into your basement.
It's so much fun.
I'm sorry, sir, you didn't win.
Thank you, Alan.
But this is my house.
I hit a jackpot. All right, I
Yay,
paid myself.
For yourself. I just take it to the bank.
Yeah.
That may be one of the cooler man cave items, though. A real,
slot
slot
machine. 5 of them he's got.
Yeah, even a jackpot back in the day. Just
Yeah.
one of the one-armed
Isn't
bandits.
that
Those are always
something?
cool to
Isn't
see.
that something?